In the wake of the terror attack in Orlando, a fierce debate has erupted over how to prevent future terror attacks, particularly here in the United States.
South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham not thrilled with either candidate's plan.
Gun control doesn't win the war against radical Islam, and banning the entire faith from America makes it easier for the enemy to recruit. So both of these candidates have no plan to win a war that we can't afford to lose.
Wow. So what would Senator Lindsey Graham do differently? What's his advice for the candidates? After all, he's been to that region close to 40 times. Senator Lindsey Graham joins us right now. Senator, if you weren't happy with either candidate's way forward, what is the best way?
Get behind Jake. He seems to be pretty with it, that kid does.
He's got to be 35. So he's not eligible.
Well, we're going to change the rules. Here's the deal. Here's what I would do if I were Mr. Trump, taking advantage of a huge opportunity. I would tell the American people, if I'm President of the United States, we're going to have more FBI agents unleashed to defend this nation. There'll be less FBI agents in 2017 than were in 2013. If I were Mr. Trump, I would tell the American people, if we capture a high-value terrorist target in the future, like bin Laden's son-in-law, we're not going to read them their Miranda rights and put them into federal court. We're going to put them at Gitmo and hold them for intelligence gathering purposes. That we're going to rebuild our military, not have the smallest Navy since 1915, the smallest Army since 1940. We're going to tell the FBI, don't close the file if there's any evidence at all that this guy may have radical Islamic sympathies. We're not going to be politically correct. We're going to go on the offense.
Yeah. Mr. Graham, let me ask you about this. Yesterday, Donald Trump said he's going to sit down and he's going to talk to the NRA because what happened in this particular case was somehow this terrorist got a gun. He says terrorists should not have guns. That's right, isn't it?
I want to applaud Mr. Trump. I think he's gone to the middle on something that's very important. If gun control could stop radical Islamic attacks, there'd be no Paris. So I don't want your audience to believe that I think this is a gun control problem. This is an intelligence failure problem. It's an attitude problem. It's Barack Obama turning the war into a crime problem and letting our enemies walk all over us. However, if you're on a no-fly list, if the government has determined it's too dangerous for you to get on an airplane, I believe you shouldn't be able to buy a gun, but have a process to challenge that determination. So that's where Mr. Trump is going. Mr. Trump is on the right road to trying to find a middle ground. If you're on a no-fly list, if you've been selected for extra screening because of your behavior, you present a danger or a threat, then I don't think you should be able to buy a gun, but you should have a way to challenge the government's accusation against you. If he will do that, I think he will make us safer.
I think Lindsey Graham, I think Donald Trump probably is at home right now watching TV going, Lindsey Graham just said something nice about me.
Yeah, more to come.
Oh, really? What do you mean by that?
The more reasonable you can talk about how to defend us, the more I'll say that makes sense to me. If Hillary Clinton would say this, it would make sense to me. Hillary Clinton's first words out of her mouth, we need more gun control. Secretary Clinton, we need to rebuild lost capabilities. You have gutted the military on Obama's watch. You sit there and watch our intelligence systems be dismantled by the left, and Mr. Trump has a chance to make a case to the American people. I'm going to restore the capabilities that we've lost to defend our nation, but I also am going to be reasonable. I don't want people who can't fly on an airplane to own a gun, and we'll have a system to do that, but we're going to do a lot more than just that.
So have you decided, you know, you represent the great state of South Carolina. You and I have been friends for a while, and I'm from South Carolina, as you know. Donald Trump won in South Carolina, so have you decided, are the two of you going to work together? Are you going to get on board with him?
I'm not supporting either candidate because I think Mr. Trump, quite frankly, has shown lack of understanding how to win the war.
But are you worried about what that means for the cost of the GOP?
Yeah, I worry a lot about the GOP. I worry a lot that the GOP is cutting its own throat by doubling down on the idea we're going to deport all illegal immigrants, including grandmothers who have done nothing but be here to try to earn a life.
But if that's who your constituents are supporting, Donald Trump, why aren't you on board with him?
Because I'm going to make a decision what I think is best for this country. He won 32% of the vote in South Carolina. I'm not going to support Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump because I don't believe either one of them have a plan to keep my country safe. I am so sorry we are where we are. But as to Hillary Clinton, if you vote for her, you're continuing failed policies. Her approach to the war on terror is no different than Barack Obama. Donald Trump is showing some willingness to move, and all I can say to Mr. Trump, you're on the right path here, my friend, when it comes to making sure guns don't fall into the hands of the people that can't fly on airplanes. That makes a lot of sense to me.
All right, so I want to ask something else. You went to the White House yesterday, and you want to do something. You want to take the handcuffs off the FBI, literally, and put and replenish their accounts. Can you get into detail?
Well, I want to do a couple things. I want to put money into the system to make sure we don't lose territory we've taken back from ISIL. I want to help the Kurds because they've been the best fighters on the battlefield. I want to help the King of Jordan because he's under siege. But I also want to make sure that the FBI gets resources they desperately need. It makes no sense to me that in 2017 the FBI has less agents than did in 2013, given the way the world has deteriorated. So, yes, I'm going to be calling on my colleagues and the President to up our game when it comes to the military and to the FBI, and I would urge Mr. Trump to be all over Barack Obama's dismantling of the ability to defend this nation.
Wow, $2.8 billion. That's to get everything up to snuff. Senator Lindsey Graham, thanks so much.
Great to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.